Montag lieben, glauben, globen.
So, as you may have guessed from the title, if you can read, which I hope most of you can, today is a very sad day. This will probably be the last time I ride my silver beast, my Geraldine, as she is known. She's up for sale basically. Not much interest yet, but I put the price a touch high, so I'm going to start reducing it, and my insurance runs out in about 10 days anyway, so it's not worth renewing it. So she's off! My first bike, first ever bike, not just first big bike, and she has been a fucking beautiful machine, beautiful. Well, I say that, I had lots of problems when I first bought her. I obviously didn't know what I was doing, didn't really know what to check, and it had basically been left around for quite a long time, so a lot of the electrics were a bit iffy, I think a bit of water had gone in. For example, the indicator switches, they worked when I bought the fucking bike, but there was a massive lag and I didn't pick that up. But when you press them, it was like, so you'd indicate and then it would start flashing. Let's go the nice way. I had problems with the battery. I possibly had problems with the regulator rectifier, which these bikes are quite commonly known as having problems with. I'm not entirely sure. I changed a lot of things. Yeah, the battery, the regulator rectifier, the spark plugs. I reconnected a load of the wires because they were pretty shocking. A bits and bobs, and eventually it became the reliable little beauty it is today. But yeah, I've got a new bike, as if you're one of my four subscribers, you may know. So I've got the VFR. I basically need to sell this just to pay off the last bit of money that I owe on the VFR. So I bought it mostly with cash that I had, and a small, 30% was with money I didn't actually have. So, and I don't like that. I don't like debt. I work in a debt recovery environment, shall we say. Even before I worked there, I've never liked debt. Other than buying a house, I don't really ever want. I know vehicles are also really expensive, and you need to sometimes, but if I can avoid it buying vehicles and save the money, wait a bit longer, I will happily do that. But yeah, so I didn't on this occasion. I thought bought the bike, but I want to get rid of that debt as quickly as possible, and the way I'm going to do that is by getting rid of young Geraldine, my faithful steed. But yeah, so it's been up for sale for about a couple of weeks now, and there's not been a lot of interest. I've only put it on Gumtree, which is shit, to be honest. It's free, and there's a reason it's free, because it's shit. A lot of scammers on there. I get a text or something every day, and it's always the same. It's please message me back, and they'll give either an actual email address or the spelled out email address, where it'll be, I don't know, donkey, then the space, the word at instead of the at symbol, and then, you know what I mean. And there'll be a various reason why they do that. It's usually, I'm working abroad, I'm living abroad, or they're just, at work and they can't text, or some bollocks like that. Anyway, so as I've not had any genuine interest, I decided to waste some of their time. So I've been replying to all of them. You know, I've been very diligent, going through the whole thing of yes, the bike's still available. Blah, blah, blah. Then they'll send a few, you know, messages where if you were a complete idiot, you would think maybe they're genuine sellers. They're asking, you know, what's the best price, proper questions you should ask, but anything about the history, all that kind of stuff. And then they'll get to the point. So they'll do a couple of questions just to make you think they're genuine, if you're a complete idiot anyway. I mean, obviously this whole scenario is ridiculous and how people fall for it is unbelievable, but they'll then get to the point and say, okay, well, my preferred payment method is by PayPal. Llama? Alpaca! They're unable to pay by bank transfer for whatever reason. Yeah, they need to pay by PayPal, and they're going to arrange shipping to come and collect it. So I'm just going to, well, I've seen better days. So I'm just going to yeah, let somebody come and pick my bike up whilst the money is temporarily in my PayPal account, for it to just suddenly disappear again once they cancel it, which I believe is how it works. I've not actually looked into it because I don't do it myself, but yeah, so I get lots of them, and I every single one I have more time on my hands than I care to admit, and I know it's quite sad, but I will happily waste their time. And I try and get as ludicrous as possible, but there's always a point where they're like, oh, this guy's a twat, he's trying to have us on, and they stop. So, you know, I pretend I can't speak English, or, you know, when they say, oh, I can transfer into your PayPal account, and it's like, I then say I don't know what PayPal is, they send the instructions, and then ask really stupid questions about each step of setting up a PayPal account, and I try and sound as genuine as I can, and they'll help me through the first couple of steps, and then I'll just get more and more ludicrous until they're like, no, he's wasting our time, or he's so thick we ain't going to be able to scam him out of anything, because he's so stupid it's impossible to scam him. What do we got here? A Thunderbird? Thundercat? Whatever it is. So yeah, she's up for sale. Only scammers are interested. I've had a couple of texts from people, but I have put the price up a touch high, because I've probably repeated myself now. But then I paid too much for it when I fucking bought it. Didn't know what I was fucking doing. Took someone with me who I thought might be able to help, and they ended up being friends with the person who was selling it just by coincidence. And I don't know if they were a bit like, you didn't want to say anything about, oh, don't buy it. But all in all, she's been a beaut. She's been a beaut. And when it does go, I'm going to be a little bit sad. In fact, I am sad, because I'm probably not going to ride her again. I've already done the whole, I say deep clean, probably overstating it a bit. I've given her the best clean she's ever had, and a touch of polish in places, which I didn't normally bother doing. And yeah, and she's off. Well, where she sells. So if anyone wants to buy a Honda Hornet, I don't know, 22,000 miles. Yeah, works, stops. Hasn't blown up on me. Isn't a complete rusted hunk of shit. Nice one, pal, nice one. Fucking idiot. Let's stop and then indicate what we're gonna fucking do. Yeah, let me know. Around the £1,500 mark should probably do it. Or a fiver and a crate of beer. Cheers, bye.